It gives me great pleasure to be with you today. The maritime sector has been an incredible part of our lives in our company. We design and manufacture equipment in two areas: the watertight compartment of a ship or other maritime structures such as an offshore oil and gas platform or an offshore wind turbine. And we monitor then the gaseous extinguishing systems on board those ships and maritime structures to protect the ship and crew and cargo from damage by fire. In those two fields, we are the world leaders. We are on a fifth of the world's fleet. We are on service with the top 10 navies, 50% of the world's oil and gas offshore operators, and one of the four renewable energy offshore manufacturers. Over the years, we have gone to nearly hundreds of ports. In those, we have worked with shipbuilders, ship designers, naval architects, marine surveyors, port inspectors. But above all, we've worked with fleet managers, technical superintendents, purchasing teams from some of the world's best, largest, and most capable operators of ships in the world. To arrive to the point where we are sailing aboard 10,000 of the world's 55,000 ships. To get to a point where we are on board ships of the Royal Navy and the US Navy, the Royal Australian Navy, the Royal Canadian Navy, and many others, is something that gives me enormous pride. We are the only company in the world to be able to identify leak apertures as small as 0.06 millimeters. We're the only company in the world to be able to identify liquid levels to plus or minus 1.5 millimeters. Behind that specification, if you like, is the language of the science we use, and we express that in mathematics. And whenever we travel in the maritime sector, we do so from the basis of this country, which is a lead maritime nation. And we want to be the lead designer and manufacturer in our fields from this country as one of the world's leading maritime nations. So we work with the international maritime industry. So we populate various councils of some of the marine industry's trade organizations and professional organizations such as the Society for Maritime Industries, the Maritime Defence and Security Group, the Commercial Marine Group and Council, the Royal Institution for Naval Architects, the Institute for Marine Engineers, and so on. We are firmly part of the London maritime community. We've supported the Department for Transport as they formulate what today is the first maritime strategy this country has ever had. It's called Maritime 2050. We warmly support the ministers and the government in the development of that, and we look forward to supporting its implementation. But what drives us in the maritime sector is our commitment to the safe ship. The safe ship to us is the ship that sails across these oceans alone and is capable of looking after its crew and its cargo, because they are the lifeblood of this nation. After all, 96% of everything we see in our country is transported by ships. So I'd like to say a warm thank you to customers in the global maritime sector for working with us at Coltraco Ultrasonics, and we rely on you to take us to the next technical evolutions as we grow to be the leading company in the world in the spaces of watertight integrity and gaseous extinguishing monitoring. And I warmly thank you for your working with us, and we certainly look forward to serving you and your fleets in the future.